Hi guys, this is Vicky Vegas, and today is a very special day because I would like to introduce you to my beautiful friend, Sheela Kunishige. Sheela K for short. So, Sheela, can you tell us about yourself? Tell my other friends out there, who is Sheela K?
Yes, so I'm Sheela K, like Ate Victoria said, for short, because my last name is a little hard to pronounce. I've been living in Vegas for the last 26 years,
Wow.
believe it or not. I was born and raised in the Philippines, lived in Hawaii, and moved to Vegas to go to University of Nevada, Las Vegas. So I'm actually a dietitian, been a dietitian for 20 years. I've served the Las Vegas Valley, the different healthcare facilities. But I'm also a mother of five, a proud mother of five. And there's a little thing that we want to tell you about me today. I've pursued my passion, or should I say, I re-pursued it, or I renewed my passion for singing.
So tell us about your, how did you start wanting to play a musical instrument or singing? Tell us about that.
Yes, so my mom says that I started singing when I was 2. That's when I started reading as well. So I could read, and
2
write.
years old?
Yes, I could read and write the alphabet.
Wow.
So,
you're so talented.
Well, thank you. Thank God for that. And so my mom said that she started teaching me music because she was singing to me while I was in her womb, So I started like in a professional way, semi-professional way. I started joining singing contests when I was 5, and I won like my very first singing contest. I used to emulate Miss Leia Salonga. So I was only 5 when I won my very first singing contest with the song Mama. And then at the age of 7, my mom started training me, or putting me in training for bandurria. Ate Vicky, do you know what a bandurria is?
Tell our friends what it is.
Okay, it's a string instrument and it's oval, so it's not quite a guitar or not quite a ukulele. It's something in between a guitar and a ukulele, but it's shaped oval. It's an oval shape, and it's part of a strings orchestra called a rondalia. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but in
That's
Filipino,
right. Yeah, in the
rondalia.
Philippines,
Yes. So I was only 7 when I started training, and when I was 9, we came to the U.S. for a tour.
At 9 years old?
Yes, Ate.
At 9 years old, okay. So you went from the Philippines to the U.S.?
From the Philippines to the U.S. with my Rondalia group. But of course, that's with the security, as far as my parents were concerned, that my family is in Hawaii, and they've been there for almost 50 years.
So at an early age, you really were interested in doing all these things.
Yes, well, it was my mom's, I wouldn't say fault. Fault is a negative word, but she encouraged me.
Was that her dream?
I don't really think so.
Was she somehow frustrated that she wanted to be a singer?
Part of it.
Sometimes we do that to our children.
Yes, part of it.
Like we project what we want, what we wanted for us.
You're right,
want for
Ate.
them.
You're right.
Oh, okay.
Part of it, but not fully. My mom played the guitar and sang, so she loves to sing, but she never played the bandurria. The bandurria is pretty intense.
I know, yeah.
Because you don't really strum it, you pluck it.
Yeah.
So you use your fingers.
I understand that your fingers bleed when you do that and keep on practicing.
Yes. Can you imagine? I was only 7 when I started training for it. So it was a lot of discipline and sacrifice, and I think I still carry those values today.
That's good. And then so from then on, did you continue with your musical interests?
So this is the part of the, I would say, a little sad part of it is I gave up on the instrument only because I was a little stressed as a kid. I mean, I was pressured. That's more the word.
Because you're just 9 years old.
I was only 9. So coming back from the States to, going back to the Philippines, I had to choose something. My mom put me in piano and jazz ballet and bandurria and singing, and of course academics. So I was expected to do well in everything, and so for my sake I chose two things. I chose academics to do well in school, and of course my singing. I never
You
gave
never
up my
gave up
yes.
on that. But you know what? Let me tell you, since you grew up in the Philippines, and I grew up in the Philippines too, I wanted to tell you that kudos to your mom.
Thank
because she
you.
really spent for you.
Yes.
It takes a lot of money to put your kids through all these classes,
Yes.
ballet, piano, and
Yes.
all that stuff. And your mom supported you.
Yes, I
think
love
that's
my
great.
mom. Yes,
Yeah.
thanks to my mom. Actually, everyone
Yes.
tells my mom, like her sisters, tell her she has 9 sisters. Well, 8
Wow.
sisters. She's the 9th, and 2 brothers. They tell her
That's
that.
typical.
Yes, Filipino family, 11 siblings. They tell my mom that it's all because of her that I am who I am now.
Yes,
So I do thank my mom for that.
Yes, that's really wonderful.
Thank
and so,
you.
how old were you when you went to Las Vegas?
I was actually 20 when I immigrated to Hawaii permanently, although I had chances of, just coming here and there, like going here and there as a tourist, but because it was a family petition and we didn't want to really risk losing that opportunity, we came as a family together,
I
my
see.
one brother and my parents, when I was 20. In fact, I was almost turning 21, and we were nervous that
That's the
I would-
deadline. Yeah.
I
know.
wouldn't make it. But
People
God is
are-
good.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes.
So you're meant to be here.
Yes.
All right. So you where did you first live? In Hawaii?
In Hawaii.
Oh.
So I was, it was only 1 semester for me to finish college in UST, but I had to come with my family. So they made me choose. Are you going to stay? Are you going to come and go back and finish school? Or are you going to just stay in America? So obviously I stayed here because
Yeah.
I don't want to be away from my family. So I lived in Hawaii, but it was short-lived. I only lived there for a year.
Okay, and then you
Yes.
went to Las Vegas.
And I came to Las Vegas by myself. Yes.
I'm telling you, she's amazing. Like these things I wouldn't do. I mean, I can't do that.
I'm sure you can, Ate. You're amazing yourself.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. So, when you got to Las Vegas, what exactly did you do? Did you
Okay.
study? Did you work?
Yes, I did all of it. I did exactly what you said. So the hotels that were just very popular at that time were like the MGM.
When
and
was
then
this? 2000?
97.
1997, okay.
So the Bellagio wasn't even here because the Bellagio opened in 98. But it was being built and they were hiring behind the scenes. So
Yes.
I applied and as a food and beverage cashier, but in a beautiful restaurant. So I got hired, maybe because, when you're college educated, you have like, in the
Yeah.
Philippines, you have an edge. So I was hired even though I didn't know anyone because they said before that if you're
need
in Vegas,
connections.
that's what they said. But I moved here by myself, guys, from Hawaii.
No. But because
Yes.
Filipinos really come here and work.
Yes, we
you
come
know?
here and
Yeah.
work.
I mean, it's serious business.
You're right, Ate. But the one thing too is my degree that I wanted to continue that I started in the Philippines, UST, wasn't in UH at that time, University of Hawaii.
Yeah.
I would have loved to go there too. But I researched and it was at UNLV. It was a new program. So I was actually one of the first graduates of the Nutrition Sciences program.
So you got married, you had your kids, you went to school, you had your masters, and now, today, what are you going to tell us? A surprise.
I love how she fast forwarded everything, right? Not rewind, fast forward. I love it. Because of all the years that I spent on studying, raising my kids, having a family, I've been a single mom, by the way, for 6 years now. I reconnected myself with my music, my love for music. And I told myself that if I don't do it now, which I'm not giving away my age, but you could probably tell how old I am by the the stuff that I've done. If I don't do it now, it's now or never kind of thing.
Yes.
So I had to be bold and do it now. So I've been writing songs since 2017, 2018. I met Mr. Jimmy Borja. Actually, because of my love for his song. I'm not going to give away the song that I fell in love with because that's another story later.
No, because Jimmy Borja is very famous in the Philippines.
Yes, he is. If you don't know him,
songwriter,
yes,
all that stuff.
He's a musical genius. If you don't know him yet, he's actually the one that wrote "Bukas na lang kita mamahalin" by the great
Lani.
Miss Lani Miss Lucha.
That's my favorite favorite song of Lanny.
I know, me too,
I love it.
me too.
So he wrote it? I didn't
He
even
wrote
know.
everything.
Gosh,
He wrote
my
the
gosh.
lyrics and the melody. And of course, he's not just an OPM hitmaker or songwriter. He lived in Nashville for a few years before he went to LA. He now lives in LA, or he's been there for a while. So he worked with the biggest country stars and just big stars in general, songwriters. And then when he went to LA, he's mainstream because he's doing, The Young and the Restless, right, Ate?
Yes.
It's probably, for the young people, you probably don't know it, but you've probably heard it when you were like babies, like when your
Yes.
grandma's babysitting you or something.
It's been on for so long,
Yes.
never ending.
So the story is he released a song sometime this year. He co-wrote it with one of his students, like he did with me. I forgot the Wild Child, I think, is the title. And it's an official soundtrack for The Young and the Restless. So that's Mr. Jimmy Borja for you.
Yeah.
But for my song, because I'm one of his songwriting students, this song was written, the lyrics at least, that I wrote it 3 years ago. So I could say that this song is 3 years in the making.
Wow.
Yes, Ate. But I had to seek help from him. He's the expert. I said, Jimmy, well, I just call him Jimmy now because he's also my friend, but really Sir Jimmy, because he's very humble.
He earned
but
it.
Yes, he earned it. I respect him so much. I said to him, please help me. You said that my lyrics are beautiful, but I can seem to put melody to it because I gave up on my instruments like piano, bandurria, guitar. And he said, Sheila, your voice is your instrument. And that was like this awakening moment, like aha moment, like, oh my goodness, you're right. My voice is my instrument.
true.
I could hum a melody, I could record it, and I could give it to you and say, here's my melody. That's one of the things that I learned from songwriting, by the way. So what happened was I was struggling because I was changing my mind a lot, indecisive. I was like, I think I want bossa nova for it. I love bossa nova and
I
jazz.
love bossa,
Di ba,
yeah.
te?
I
Yeah, so
love it.
good. And then I went back and I said, let's go back to the basics. I love ballads, love songs, tell a story. My song tells a story anyway. So I went back to that, but I still never finished until 2021 when I got into a relationship, which is a long distance relationship, by the way.
You got inspired.
I got inspired.
Actually, yes, relationships really inspire you.
Yes, but guess what, Ate? This is what I learned from songwriting also, or just from Mr. Borja, Jimmy Borja. He told me, because I'm his student, so he knew me. He knows me. He told me, if you're mad, write a song. If you're happy, write a song. If you're sad, write a song. Whatever emotions you have, write a song.
Yeah, no, but that's true.
So I wrote the song, right? But finally,
What's the title of your song?
Sunday morning.
Sunday morning.
Yes.
Ah,
Can I
okay.
tell you why?
Why
The
is it
title is
entitled
Sunday morning.
Sunday morning.
The title never changed. It's always been Sunday morning. So 2018. So he conducted a songwriting workshop here in Las Vegas because we're neighbors. He's just in LA, and I was with a few people that are locals and that are artists and singers too. I'm not going to name them, but so the technique is, he'll ask the participants, what kind of theme would you like to work on? What kind of theme would you like to write about? So then it was a Sunday, that day that we were having the workshop. Was it a Saturday or a Sunday? It was a weekend for sure. And we all had a consensus that we're going to, center on Sunday. It was a Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah. So
all of you.
all of us. And then one said, when I think of Sunday, I think about faith, like going to church.
Yes.
Or God. I think of family. I think of my loved one, my sweetheart or whatever, because it's like time to spend quality time. You know how in the US we're so busy,
Yeah.
di ba, ate? So Sunday is like a time to slow down. And then me, at that point, I didn't have a love. I didn't have
Oh,
the love
okay.
of my life. I was single, right? I
Okay.
wasn't dating. And so it was a song that's longing for someone to love and love you back.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
So,
that's good.
like an imaginary
so,
love.
Will you invite people to listen to your song?
Yes.
And how and where?
Yes, so the story of Sunday morning, I'm not going to tell you. Please listen to it. I'm on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Tunes, Amazon Music, and of course YouTube. There's even a lyric video on YouTube. It's called Sunday Morning. My name is Sheela Kunishige. That's Sheela. And then Kunishige is spelled phonetically Kunishige. Ate Victoria will probably, Miss
It's
Vicky
not-
Vegas.
It's not Sheila K. You're not using Sheela K?
I'm actually, my stage name is Sheela Kunishige. It's the whole thing.
I see.
Yes.
Okay.
But if you, well, you can't find me if you just put Sheela K. You'll find me if you put Sheela Kunishige.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sheela.
Yes, I'm a double E Sheela. It's like an Indian spelling, which they say it means heaven. So
Yeah, Sheela. Yep. All right, so we're gonna play her song, and please listen to it. If you have any comments, suggestions, questions, and if you want to get in touch with Sheela, then make your comment below or find me in Facebook or email me at info@vickyvegas.com. Thank you guys.
thank
I
you
love
so
you.
much. I love you guys. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Sheela.
Miss Vicky Vegas.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Sunday morning, I just want to lie in bed, just for a moment, clear my head. I'm waking up from a dream, as my window lets the sun in, it's dawning. Though you're far away from me, I have a reason to believe that you're thinking of me and you. Then I won't be blue when I dream of us. I yearn for your touch. My heart and my soul are with you on this Sunday morn, my love. Sunday morning, my heart is alive once more, just for our memories I adore.